Christmas. Hope you have a good Christmas. This is how to make your backpacker stove that we got you a can of soda for. So you'll need a regular old-fashioned can opener, any kind of scissors, even little kids' kindergarten scissors will work, and something to mark on the can. First thing you're going to do, I'm using this candle just because it's a good height. You could use books or whatever, but you just need to have something stable to hold the marker on, and draw a line around the can. Then cut the can a little above that line. If you cut on the line, it's hard to make a good cut. So cut just a little above the line for your initial cut, because it's going to be hard to get the scissors into the crack. Cut the can apart, go back through, and I find if I cut this direction, so this excess rolls upwards, it's easier. If I cut this way, the excess tries to roll down and it's harder to cut. So cut backwards for how you hold your hands. And just cut right along that line you drew. Oh, by the way, you'll need a little pocket knife also. So you're going to cut along that line. Nice smooth cut. Then you're going to hold the two cans together. Match up the shoulders, those two shoulders. Match them up and make a line on this can the same height as the shoulder. Shoulder to here should be the shoulder to here. So now I'm going to mark that line all the way around. I'm going to hold this pen steady so I get a nice straight line all the way around. And cut that off. Same as before, just cut her off. I forgot one thing, you're going to need a little pocket knife. Any kind of knife will work. I'm going to get out my Swiss Army knife. By the way, this is a Tinker. Michael taught me about the Tinker. Tinker is the best Swiss Army knife. It has the right amount of tools on it. So I'm just going to push in a little bit on the shoulder, and then push down and put my two fingers on the inside of the can. And I just push the knife in between the fingers, and I go a finger width apart. So this crack, right, that kink is right on my finger. I push in just a little. Push it down, make a nice little groove. The top crack here, you don't want it too big. If you make it too deep, your stove won't work as good because it won't. It'll have no place for the combustion chamber. This little crack that I'm doing is the combustion chamber. It's where the two pieces of metal are together, and it's like a combustion chamber where it allows the fuel to mix with the air properly, so you get a better flame. You can make it deeper down here, but less deep up here. But you do have to have a little crack on that shoulder.
Define crack.
A kink, the little dip that I'm putting in the can. So in the end, you should have little kinks or grooves bent into the can all the way. Come look at that closer. So there's the little kinks. You should have a little dip in the shoulder right up here. Just a little one. More down here, less up here. Then, put the two cans together. Mine got a little bent because those shears are a little bigger scissors than I would rather like to use. Put them together. Just kind of work it in. Slam it together. Then you need a tack will work for this. Just get a thumbtack that you put on the bulletin board and poke a hole. Or I'm using the awl on my Tinker. You don't want to push hard. You don't want to dent the can. Just working it around will put a little tiny hole there. You only need one, but I like to put two. Just because sometimes I don't get those little grooves that I pressed with the knife blade in just right. Okay, that's ready to use.
You forgot.
No. Sorry, you have to cut the top off. Usually I cut the top off first. Normally cut the top off the can first. Just use your can opener, cut the top off. There, now she's ready. Do the top first. Hopefully you watch the whole video before you start. Put some fuel in it. You're not going to be able to see the flame because it's going to burn so well. By the way, you need to have the yellow kind of heat or denatured alcohol. Heat works the best. Then just light this up. In a second, it'll bloom, what they call bloom. It's not going to burn very good out here in the wind. I'm going to come in here where it's less windy. Ouch. That's hot.
Can't really see.
Unless it's dark, you're not even going to see the flames. on this. So we might have to go inside and show you the flames. The flames are coming out all the way around here. Let's go inside and I'll show you how it works. Just pause.
It's going.
So now we're in a darker location in the garage where you can actually see it. We burn this in our kitchen all the time. You just wait till it blooms. When it blooms, it's when these little flames start coming out these little holes all the way around. So they'll start popping out all the way around. Once they come out all the way around, this isn't burning quite as good. I bet there's water in the fuel. But you just put this on top. I think we have water in the fuel. Stop. Okay, so I think I didn't dump the water out of that can, so it's probably all mixed with water and not a very high percentage, but should have worked better. Might be my making the stove. Okay, now it should bloom around the edges. There we go. See that? That on? You can cook in a pot, big or small, or in a soup can, or in a little backpacker can, but there's your stove. Better zoom in on it, Chad. You can see it's really boiling that little bit of water in there. There's the stove. So Merry Christmas. The Popcan stove isn't so much a thing as an idea. You can make this anywhere as you're traveling. Find 2 aluminum cans and you've got your pot and your stove. And by the way, you can also not use a can opener. Instead of a can opener, when you don't have access to a can opener, just run your knife around the inside edge here and that top will just pop right out. And you can use a knife to cut the 2 cans apart. Have a Merry Christmas. Love you. Bye.